our ancestor, हामीले भनौँ ancestor किनभने philosophical भाषामा हामी नै हौ त्यो we invented भन्दिनु भएलाई we innovated agriculture कृषि आविष्कार भएको होइन कृषि इन्भेन्ट भएको होइन कृषि इनोभेट भएको कृषि was discovered by nature प्रकृतिले आविष्कार हेर्नुहोस् त बिहा लागेको हुन्छ भुइँमा झर्छ अर्को वर्ष फेरि उम्रिन्छ त्यो तपाईँले आविष्कार गरे हो त्यो होइन इट वाज बाई नेचर प्रकृतिले गरेको हामीले इनोभेसन गरेको त्यो बिहालाई घरछेउमा ल्याएर रुम्न थालेको द्याट इज इनोभेसन हामी स्मार्ट भनेको मात्रै हो यो चलाउनु भयो नि त भएन म चल्छु है यताबाट चल्छु होइन चल्छ यताबाट चल्छु गुड सो the agriculture were innovated some 12,000 years ago and it's also known as Neolithic revolution. The interesting part is that we, human beings, forgot agri. We continued culture. हेर्नुहोस् त अहिले एग्रिकल्चर इनोभेसन सबै बिर्सिसक्यो खालि कल्चर मात्रै बाँकी छ अस्ति भर्खरै मैले पनि माघे सङ्क्रान्ति मनाएको थिएँ It's a part of agriculture actually. And also you can see, not only in Nepal, not only India, around the world, also in China, they celebrate as a part of culture. Where is science? Where has gone science? Where is technology? Where has gone technology? And where is innovation? And where has gone it? Okay, actually. Moving fast forward, we are now in the 21st century. This is quite interesting figure that you can see here. This is world GDP per capita between 1500 and 2003. To your left side, right? So from 1500 to nearly 1750, the world GDP per capita was hardly $600. This is also known as hockey stick graph. Not only between 1500 and 1700, if you go back to 1 AD, your per capita was hardly $600. For 1700 years in the time scale of 2000 years. 2000 वर्षको इतिहासमा हाम्रो इतिहासमा 1700 वर्षसम्म हाम्रो पर क्यापिटा जीडीपी 600 मात्रै थियो. All of a sudden after 1800 it climbed up. सगरमाथा चढे जस्तै चढ्यो and became a hockey stick graph. Today the number 2003 मा यो कति पुग्यो त भन्दाखेरि 6000 पुग्यो within 300 years. आजको घडी है त 2024 सकेको छ चेक गर्नु होला विकिपीडियामा अथवा वर्ल्ड डेटामा. It has gone more than 12,000 US dollars per capita GDP. Not only that, look at the other figure. That's the global life expectancy. यो पनि 1500 देखि मैले 2016 सम्म राखेको छु. 200 वर्ष अगाडिसम्म till 18th century we lived in average less than 35 years. When my parents went to the jail for bringing the democracy in 1950, 2007 सालमा मेरो बुवा जेल जानुभएको थियो त्यति बेला उहाँहरूको एभरेज एज कति थियो त भन्दाखेरि 35 थियो। गङ्गालाल 22 वर्षमा शहादत भए। एभरेजले त धेरै मान्छे छ। Today, the life expectancy is more than 70 years. Nepali is 72, sir. Japanese are 86. So, the question is, what is that magic word? त्यो जादुको छडी के हो त? कोही भगवान आएर हजुरको जीडीपी बढाइदिएको हो? दुर्गा भवानीको पूजा गरेर तपाईको लाइफ एक्सपेन्स गरेको हो? That's the question. Move forward, अझ अगाडि छ. Why we could increase our GDP per capita from 600 to 6,000 within 250 years, and why we could even increase it from 6,000 to 12,000. It's all because of industrialization. It's all because of industrial revolution. औद्योगिक क्रान्तिले गर्दाखेरि भएको. हजुरहरू सबै जानेको कारण छ. You all know about it. मात्र यसलाई मैले संयोजन गरेको. Look at here. हजुरले यहाँ हेर्नुभयो देख्नुहुन्छ industrial revolution. It began with the invention, अब चाहिँ invention भन्छु है म. It began with invention of steam engine by James Watt. When 1769. Then, what is the guru mantra of James Watt's steam engine? Who gave it to him? The idea came out. It was all, the mantra was the third law of Newton's law of motion. There is equal and opposite reaction to every action. That's third. हजुरहरूले त्यो देख्नुभएको होला जेट प्लेन रेल पनि देख्नुभयो ढुङ्गा पछाडि जान्छ गाडी अगाडि छ नि के हो यो चमत्कार. That's the third law which James Watt got and invented the steam engine. The interesting part is that the Industrial Revolution was led by scientific revolution. The scientific revolution, it started or prevailed during the age of reasoning. तर्कको युगमा यो बाँचेको थियो. Age of enlightenment बाँचेको थियो र जसलाई तपाईहरु पुनर्जागरण रेनेसाँ पनि भन्नुहुन्छ. Interesting. I see my dear friend, Dr. Bhattacharya Prakash. Politics धेरै गर्छ उहाँ. Politics पनि हेर्नुस् त, it was led by the enlightenment or the age of reason. That is the scientific revolution. त्यो scientific revolution भएपछि मात्र American revolution भएको हजुर. त्यो scientific revolution भएपछि मात्रै सबै European revolution, Soviet सङ्घको Leninको revolution सबै भयो. The interesting is that not only in the political revolution, but also in industrial revolution, people were crucified. मान्छेहरु मारिन्थ्यो. शहादत हुन्थ्यो. साइन्समा पनि भएको तर त्यति साह्रो होइन. But scientific revolution is not with weapons. Weapon त हो मस्तिष्कको weapon गरिन्छ. So, मैले summarize कहाँनिर गरेको भने, the prosperity that we have today, the longevity that we have today, the credit goes to science, scientific return, scientific revolution मात्रै भन्न खोजेको मैले. अर्को एउटा फिगर छ मसँग. How science and यो के भन्ने so-called वारको बीचको कुरा. It is said that during World War First and Second, nearly 95 million people died. वारमा र साथै टर्चरमा करिब करिब कति भयो त करिब 100 मिलियन भनेपछि 10 करोड भयो हैन हजुर 95 भने 9 करोड 9.5 करोड 50 लाख भयो. That was World War II to World War I. Look at this penicillin. ढुसीबाट आउँछ. सानो पाउरोटी दिनुस् त्यसो फालिदिनुस् पोषिलो बेलामा ढुसी आउँछ. त्यस्तै एक प्रकारको ढुसीबाट एकजना वैज्ञानिक Alexander Fleming, who got Nobel Prize later, discovered penicillin. And this penicillin, which we call antibiotic, we use it very much. It has saved more than 200 million deaths of men. एउटा औषधि अर्को पम्प. So this is the wonder of science. Then how the penicillin was discovered? Then how Newton could postulate the laws of gravity, and how Galileo could say that not the sun, but the earth, planet Earth is revolving around the sun. We had हजुरलाई थाहा छ एउटा जियोसेन्ट्रिक थ्योरी थियो अर्को हेलियोसेन्ट्रिक थियो. सजिलो छ हजुरले पनि हेर्नुहोस् बाहिर सूर्य त उदाउँदै घुमिराखेको. So the general perception was, for thousands of years, the Surya was revolving around us. Just imagine, Galileo, Neil Armstrong जस्तो स्पेसमा गएको थिएन. Yuri Gagarin जस्तो स्पेसमा घुमेको थिएन. How could he imagine that not the earth, but the sun is in the center of the solar system? त्यो imagination कहाँबाट आयो? भगवानले दिएको त होइन. मैले त्यस्तो भगवान त सुनेको छैन जसले ग्यालिलियोको दिमागमा त्यो घुसाइदियो भनेर. So it's all the scientific culture once again. The interesting part is that the geocentric theory was challenged by Nicholas Copernicus. And then it was pushed forward by Galileo Galilei. But his view was not accepted by Charles. आजभन्दा हजुर 500 वर्ष अगाडि चर्चको अगेन्स्टमा जाँदा के हुन्छ हजुरलाई थाहा छ. Fortunately, Galileo was already a professor. है प्रोफेसर हुनुको फाइदा यो रहेछ. I'm a lucky guy to go and teach in his university. त्यो भनेको युनिभर्सिटी अफ Padua. He was a professor, a teacher. Fortunately, मैले किन भनेको भने अर्को मान्छे भएको भए ब्रुनोलाई जस्तै जलाइदिए. ब्रुनो हजुरले सुन्नुभयो, Italian scientist. He was killed. Fire, आगोमा राखेर जलाइदिएको. But he was spared. Galileo was spared his life because he was a teacher. But he was sent to exile in Siena. Then what happened to Nicholas Copernicus? Copernicus was not punished because he was already over 70 years. सायद उसलाई थाहा थियो उसको घरमा पनि नपुगेछ. चुरिनमा छ भगवान. उसको आदर नबस्दा तपाईले रुन मन लाग्छ. त्यस्ता ठुला मान्छे हुन् कि जसले त्यो बेलाको स्थापित मान्यतालाई छ्याङ छ्याङ गरी हिर्काइदियो, हामरले हिर्काए जस्तै हिर्काइदियो. But he was already 70 years then, and he died the next year. तर उनले धेरै अगाडि थाहा थियो होला मर्न अगाडि त भनेरै जानु पर्छ भनेर गयो कम्युनिकेसन अनि चाँडी भनेको भयो सायद मृत्युदण्ड दिन्थ्यो So now let's understand. Let's define science. हजुरहरू धेरै के लाग्छ भने एउटा हाम्रो त्यो ओल्ड इन गोल्ड के अरे गोल्ड इन गोल्ड ओल्ड इज गोल्ड यस्तो यस्तो के भन्छ होइन किताब हुन्छ where you have question where you have answer ready-made answer हुन्छ कि हजुर त्यसकोमा यस्तो डिफिनेसन There was a scientist Carl Sagan, Cornellको प्राध्यापक यसका थुप्रै यङ प्रोफेसरहरू फिदा हुन्थ्यो त्यसको भाषण सुन्नु भरिभर हुन्थ्यो उसको हलमा मान्छे अटाउने ठाउँ हुँदैन कार्ल सेगनले बोल्दाखेरि त्यस्तो प्रोफेसर त उहाँले एक ठाउँमा के भन्नुभयो भने साइन्स इज मोर देन बडी अफ नलेज हजुरले सिकाइराखेको हामीले सिकाएर मैले पनि केही सिकाउने विद्यार्थीलाई साइन्स भनेको लेटिन वर्ड हो साइन्टिया भनेको नलेज हो But he said it's more than a body of knowledge. It's way of thinking, skeptically interrogating the universe with a fine understanding of human family. मान्छेले गल्ती गर्छ क्या त्यो गल्ती पहिचान गर्नको लागि निडर भएर सन्देह गर्ने यहाँको भन्छ If Nicholas Copernicus hadn't interrogated the universe, the established truth, so-called established truth, if Galileo hadn't done that, अहिलेसम्म पनि हामीहरू सूर्यले नै हामीले घुमेको भनेर विचार त्यो विचार भनेको यो विज्ञानको आजको अवस्था So thinking scientifically, practicing science is the culture of science, is the scientific culture. The characteristic is the independence of thought and dissent. It's a set of norms and practices and an ethos of honesty, openness, and continuous reflection, including how research quality is judged. It influences the conscious and unconscious thinking processes of decision makers and the methods they use to make decisions. So I request all of you who are practicing science to check yourself how scientific culture you are following. I have friends, surgeons, before they go to the OT, operation theater, कुनै कसलाई पुकार्छ बाहिर आउँछ मरिजको मान्छे त्यहाँ बसिराखेको हुन्छ डाक्टर साहब मेरो बिरामीलाई के हुन्छ उसले के भन्छ हजुरलाई थाहा छ मैले गर्ने गरिसके अब बाँकी म भन्दिनँ है कुनै कसले हो भन्छ what's that it means we still don't have trust on the science which we are putting up. यो लुगा लगाइराखेको चस्मा लगाइराखेको छु सबै साइन्स अझ पनि हामीलाई विश्वास छ So what's the role of scientific culture? Number one is to transform our primitive thinking into logical thinking. Yeah, there is another PhD class. You transform your thinking into logical thinking. That's the scientific culture here. And at Chun Pai, उहाँ चाहिँ Chinese Academy of Sciences को former president हो, मन्त्री पनि हुनुभएको थियो साइन्सको. He said, scientific culture is an advanced culture based on scientific knowledge and supported by scientific method of the environment. So, the role of scientific culture is immense. Once you stop it, your society will start to progress. It means there are still people who practice scientific culture. That's why we are moving forward. उनीहरूले पनि त्यो स्टप गर्यो भने हामी जहाँबाट अवरुद्ध हुन्छौँ. And this scientific culture has shaped our worldview. Look at the moment. We heard yesterday. And there are some so-called world leaders. They deny climate change. Why? Because they are not following scientific culture. If you deny climate change, what will be the consequences? I mean, somebody denied by me. तपाईँले त देख्नु होला हामी त कति बाँच्छौँ र यहाँ यौनहरूमा होला 20-22 वर्षका होला 100 वर्षमा 75 वर्ष. If you deny, if all people deny climate change today, you will not see the world after 100 years. कसैले पनि देख्छ. त्यो भन्दा भन्दै एकजना मान्छेले बितेर गयो Stephen Hawking. Do you remember what he said in his interview to BBC before he died? 10 साल अगाडि उनले इन्टरभ्यू दिँदाखेरि भनेका थिए, you don't have much time, less than 10,000 years. So move out from Earth to celestial bodies. चन्द्रमामा जानु, मङ्गल ग्रह जानु भन्थ्यो. किन यहाँ बस्दा बस्दा? You are going towards the disaster. उहाँ बित्नुभन्दा 3-4 वर्ष अगाडि फेरि अर्को एउटा इन्टरभ्यू दिनुभएको थियो. त्यो 10,000 वर्षलाई गर्दा 1,000 वर्ष भन्दै. So, the scientific culture helps you to understand the risk of the disaster like climate change. Scientific culture, the scientific culture, this is known as look at this. May I bring your attention to the Constitution of India. From 1973, the 73, 1972, I have to check. I must check. There was an amendment. भारतको संविधानमा थुप्रै एमेन्डमेन्टहरू भइसकेको छ आफ्टर अम्बेडकर ड्राफ्टेड इट. एउटा एमेन्डमेन्ट गजब गर्यो. It was Article 51A under the fundamental duties. Fundamental right होइन होइन याद गर्नुहोस् है. Fundamental duties कर्तव्य के लेखेको छ? It shall be the duty of every citizen of India to develop the scientific temper, humanism, and spirit of inquiry and reform. What is scientific temper? This word was introduced by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who became the Prime Minister of India, in his book, The Discovery of India. Got in 1940s, they didn't discover that, so that's about 45 years. Dr. Goswami like that. And Nehru's terminology of scientific temper was advocated by a huge mass of scientists of that time and led by P.M. Bhargava, who passed away some 5 or 6 years ago. P.M. Bhargava was an Indian scientist, writer, and administrator. He founded the world famous Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology in Hyderabad. He was also awarded with Padma Bhushan from the President of India in 1986. But he returned the award in 2015. Why? He returned it as an act of protest against the Indian government's active erosion of spaces for dissent within the country. The dissent is how the dissent is eroding. Look here. In 2023, yes, in August 2023, this salary by China, India successfully put its Chandrayaan 3 in the far end of moon, right? Chandrama. It was a great success of Indian scientists. Look at here. Indians, Muslim, Hindu, everyone pray as one for the Chandrayaan 3 success. Indians across the world conduct prayers for successful landing of Chandrayaan. What does it mean? Was Chandrayaan a success of science or success of religion? Was it a success of scientific temperament or it was a failure of scientific temperament? So finally, I urge all of you to advocate for science. Science is a life. Science is a part of your society. Science is civilization. So we must advocate for recognizing science as an essential cultural phase to integrate scientific thinking into human, to your students, to your fellow workers, to ensure that scientific values become an intrinsic part of how we perceive and navigate the world. Thank you. I took a little of time.
Thank you, Sir, for your insightful sharing about the science, scientific culture, and humanity. We have the 2 or 3 minutes. If anyone have any query, please, you can raise your question. Okay, please. Just question.
Thank you, sir, for your nice presentation. As being a student of economics, I may not understand all the scientific discovery, but even just, my mind is attacked by economic growth there. Even there is no doubt in the field of economics, without including the scientific achievement, we cannot talk about economic growth and economic development. In the same perspective, just I was thinking that if we talk a lot about the scientific development and economic growth, but only that is sufficient for the welfare of the society as in the field of economy, how we define only economic growth is not sufficient, but it must be transported the economic welfare of the society. My request is how we will be able to utilize that scientific discovery equipment on behalf of the overall mass population of the world for that benefit, number one. Why I raise this curiosity means before in a few days ago, just I got the chance to read the economics written by chairman of World Economic Forum, Kaushal Shah, especially belongs to the German. He has predicted 19 points about the achievement and the benefit of the society. He has also doubt that only the 10% people of the world, they are mostly benefited. How do you agree with this?
Okay, sir. Anyone? 1 or 2 questions we will take. Okay, sir, please.
Thank you, sir. Young scientists are not only for predicting the future, they are also for shaping the future. It is saying that is common to the society. How will you suggest to the young scientists to be here in Nepal for the development of the nation? By hearing this speech, we have been convinced, but still your saying is more important. Thank you.
One more question, sir, please, sir. नमस्कार, म रेग भण्डारी, रजिस्ट्रार लुम्बिनी प्राविधिक विश्वविद्यालय। मैले यो क्वेसन भन्दा पनि एउटा सरस्वती पूजाको दिन अहिले साइन्सको सरले कल्चरको कुरा गरे भयो। सरस्वती पूजाको दिन एउटा भाइरल ट्रोल भएको थियो। त्यो ट्रोल के भने विज्ञान शिक्षकले सरस्वतीको मन्दिरमा गएर पूजा गरिरहन्छ। विद्यार्थीले सर तपाईँ त प्रुफमा कुरा गर्नुहुन्छ, आज तपाईँको विद्या बढ्छ कि के हो, अथवा त्यो उसलाई कसरी किन त्यस्तो मजाक बनाइयो, विज्ञान शिक्षकलाई पूजा गर्दा किन मजाक बनाइयो? यसमा चाहिँ यो साइन्सको कुरा कल्चर र रिलिजियस मैले देखा भएर यो क्वेसन वेटलेस हो अथवा गर्न मिल्ने हो, गर्न मिल्ने होइन। तर मलाई म पनि साइन्सको स्टुडेन्ट हो, तर मैले अझै एन्सर चाहिँ पाएको छैन। त्यसैले सोधेको। धन्यवाद।
Thank you. Thank you all. First, let me address just out that question regarding an economic growth. We have seen how the world has changed in the last 200 or 300 years. And the credit goes to the economic principles, economic growth. But the question is, are they satisfied with their life? Is the quality of life that they means developed nations following is a quality of life in real sense? So these are the questions we have to raise. Since my talk was focused to scientific temperament and scientific culture, I left this question to answer by the social mind. I come from Azure. I apologize for natural science. Secondly, talking about Professor Ramgai's question, what I think is, Professor Ramgai, let our students or let our young people think scientifically. Think scientifically. Let them inculcate scientific temper in thinking, but in action, they have to be practical. I give you one example. Albert Einstein, he discovered E is equal to mc squared. And he was unaware about the atom bomb would be discovered based on that. Why didn't Albert Einstein himself go to Manhattan and took the leadership there? So in thinking for the science, in science, for the scientists, is unlimited. Unlimited. But in practice, you have to become a social member. And thirdly, about the Saraswati Puja, please do not instigate me to respond, because for me, reason is a personal faith. That's why we call our country secular country. You have every right to believe or not to believe on some religion. So that's the completely different from science. Please dissociate. So that's my response to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor. for your valuable time and support to success of this conference. Thank you very much. Please clap to him loudly, please. Thank you very much. र प्रोफेसर भुजू सरलाई टोकन अफ लभ प्रदान गरिदिन हुन म सुदूरपश्चिम विश्वविद्यालयका भाइस चान्सलर आदरणीय प्रेरणा हेमराज पन्त सरलाई अनुरोध गर्दैछु। थ्याङ्क यू। यसपछि हाम्रो थेमेटिक की नोट स्पिचहरू 3वटा हलमा